I mean, one of the advantages of being at the University of Edinburgh is that you're taught by some of the leading experts in the field.
I and all my colleagues really do stress research-led teaching, because it's the only way really to explain to people how things work, is to actually draw upon actual experience of going out there and investigating it.
I would work towards taking all of my students out there in the field, with a lot of ethnographic description, and try and illustrate complex social science concepts with these descriptions.
So I'll ask students to look at the interview transcripts I've been doing, or sometimes I'll invite people I've been working with along to speak directly to students.
And that helps not only do you have ownership and you know that material better, but you're enthused about it.
And these examples are very topical. They're changing every year. You get some data that's very up to date, and you can use that sort of example to, in a sense, encourage students to reflect upon themselves as social beings. So they are there in the classroom and they're learning about education policy, but they're also, of course, potentially a statistical item in a big data set that tells us about the student experience.
We can bring some of the findings of that research, some of which won't yet be published, so it's not even out there in terms of publications. We can bring it into the teaching, and the students get almost a kind of first view of the freshest research findings in the field.
Your ideas and your approach can benefit from a new insight or a new angle that students can bring to your work. So it's mutually beneficial.
So the teaching is feeding my research and the research is feeding my teaching.
So students are actually contributing directly to the creation of knowledge, new research in the classroom environment itself.
A teacher who has never researched is a teacher, but a teacher who has researched can actually change people's perceptions and understandings of the world. And if university isn't about that and social science isn't about that, then there really isn't any point to social science.
People realise that research is not something you kind of just slap off to the library and spend time reading book after dusty book, but it's actually something that you can actively participate and do, and has a kind of real endpoint and result.